reached part 5 of our 5-part mini-series on the ways to grow, accumulate, and build wealth. Today, in part 5, we're going to talk about reading books about becoming, accumulating, and staying wealthy. Stay tuned, because I got some great books for you to go take a look at. Some books that I personally love and are my personal favorites, that are my go-tos. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in a second. So, you could ask any wealthy person and they would tell you reading is key. But it's not always about just reading, it's about what you read. I know a lot of people, take the route of college, and because that's all we know. But a lot of times, paying thousands of dollars to get an education sometimes just isn't, for some people like myself. But there are ways you can gain knowledge and become wealthy on your own for a lot less cheaper. Like buying books, investing $20 to $30 maybe every single month on a book, or buying 2 books a month and reading those books every single month to help you guide and navigate your way through becoming wealthy. I have particular books that are special to me, that I listen to whenever I need some motivation, whenever I need, just a couple tips or to get through a time when I'm struggling in my journey to become extremely wealthy. And I'm going to read those books off to you right now. So, book number 1 is the book of all books, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This wasn't really, everybody says, oh, this was the first book I read when I wanted to become wealthy. This wasn't the first book I read. I actually read this book, later on in my journey, after I've read a couple books and I had started my journey. But this book really opened my eyes to a lot of things, and it really put me on the path to greatness, and it changed my mindset when it came to wealth. Another one of my favorite books is a book that stems from Think and Grow Rich, and that's Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Now, Robert Kiyosaki is a well-known wealth coach. He teaches about real estate. He teaches about not needing college. He teaches about the rich dad and the poor dad concept. If you ever get a chance, please read Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, because it is very, very great and well-written book. The next one is called Redefining the American Dream by a young man by the name of Thomas Felder. Thomas Felder is a leader in my network marketing company, 5 Links, and he wrote a book called Redefining the American Dream. And when I tell you this is an amazing book, he was a lawyer. And he had his own law firm. He was a lawyer for BET, and he just tells about his struggles from growing up to, all the trials and tribulations he had to go through to finally find success. It's an amazing book. I read it all the time, probably once a month. The Power of Discipline by Brian Tracy. A lot of times, becoming wealthy isn't just about learning about money. It's learning about being disciplined. And The Power of Discipline by Brian Tracy is a great book to take a look at and listen to and read to gain that knowledge. I have 2 Grant Cardone books on mine, because Grant Cardone, I like Grant Cardone. He's a great teacher of wealth. I have 2 books, 10X Rule by Grant Cardone and the Millionaire Booklet by Grant Cardone are 2 great books to help you not only enhance your wealth, but enhance your work ethic. The 10X Rule really gives you the keys on how you can enhance your work ethic. I have 2 books by Damon John, the founder of FUBU, The Power of Broke and Rise and Grind. These 2 books are really extremely important to me, because when I look at Damon John and I listen to his books and I listen to his struggle, he reminds me of myself. He said he suffers from dyslexia. Well, I don't have severe dyslexia, but I do have a little bit of dyslexia when I read. That's why I do more audio booking than actually sitting down reading, because it takes me forever to read a book. Because I have to read it over and over again in order for me to understand it. And then he talks about where he came from, how his mom struggled, all these things. The way that he grew up and how he describes his rise to power and wealth really, really reminds me of my journey. You have The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, which is an amazing book. It really digs into the mind and the universe and concepts of growing wealth. It's a great book. Relentless, From Good to Great to Unstoppable by Tim Grover is a phenomenal book. I have to give kudos to my guy, Mr. Dawood Hamzat, who put me on to that book. That book is phenomenal, and it really, 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 just like the 10X rule, boosts your mentality and work ethic. And another one is A Happy Pocket Full of Money by David Cameron Kikandi. A Happy Pocket Full of Money is a book that opened my eyes to how the universe works. Opened my eyes to how putting things in the universe enhances your probability of becoming wealthy and really speaking it into existence. So The Happy Pocket Full of Money really did that for me. And last but not least, this is actually the first wealth concept book that I've ever read in my life, and I go back to it all the time, and it's The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clausen. The Richest Man in Babylon is probably the most powerful book that I have ever read, mainly because it's the first wealth enrichment book that I've ever read. It helped me realize that I wanted more in life. It helped me realize that I needed to do different things and do something different to get there. I'm telling you guys, if you want something different, you have to do something different. If you're not reading, Warren Buffett says he spends at least 6 hours a day reading. The average millionaire is reading 52 books a year. Reading. They didn't say go to college. They didn't say nothing about a degree. They said read books of people's past experiences, of gaining knowledge from people that's actually, in the field and has done what you're already trying to do. Read and attain knowledge. Another good thing to do while you're reading these books is taking notes while you're reading. Like I said, I'm an audio listener. I'm an audio type of guy. So I listen to the books. And while I'm reading, I'm able to write down what I'm listening and what I'm learning at the time. Guys, I hope this 5-part series about wealth was helpful to you. I hope that you learned something in these past few days. We got another series coming up in about 2 days. I want you guys to really, really, really maybe go back and listen to these videos and engage an understanding of what it takes to become wealthy. My name is Antonio Levinson, the Millennial Millionaire. Remember, when you conquer the day, you conquer your life, and we'll see you at the top, because there's no place better. God bless you. And read books so we can become wealthy together.